はい、皆さん、こんにちは。Vince です。Hello everyone, this is Vince. 今回、本日ですね、今回ご紹介するのは、こちらに表示した話題です。実は、今日、また文法に関する話題についてお話ししていきたいと思います。正確に言うと、また中級レベルの文法話題についてお話ししていきたいと思います。紹介するのはこちらです。Actually, everyone, I would like to discuss today another intermediate level kind of grammar lesson. And particularly this topic right here. 皆さん、まずもしよろしければチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。Before we start, if I may ask a favor, could you please press that subscribe button? それにいいなボタンを押してお願いします。And please press that like button. 最後まで見てもらえたら本当に嬉しいです。I will be very happy if you will watch until the end of this lesson. 皆さん、時間が黄金。早速、では皆さん、それでは早速始めていきましょう。Very well then, everyone. Time is gold. Let's begin. 始めていきます。So, last time we have discussed this progressive tense, and we have somehow equated as an equivalent for this enduring state of action or enduring state of a verb. That is lesson number 72. Enduring state of action or enduring state of a verb, or similarly being equivalent to the English lessons progressive tense. However, we would like to challenge and expose what are the extent and exceptions with regard to that notion that the enduring state of action or enduring state of a verb being equated or being seen as an equivalent, a similar or equivalent to the progressive tense of a verb in English lessons. And so we have this lesson, enduring state of being. So in this lesson, I will explain, minasan, what are the limitations, and why did I say last time that during lesson 72, why did I say that not at all times that the te iru conjugation is not at all times progressive tense. So in this lesson, I will show that exceptions. Well, we only have few of them. So before that, let's have this random about vocabulary. Shiru is actually a godan verb or yudan verb. It is one of the few exceptions of the, because we know that ichidan verbs or ru verbs are actually having a pattern at their end, eru or iru. So this is just one of the exceptions, like hashiru, shiru, to know. But minasan, I would like to emphasize this shiru. Shiru is a transitive verb, meaning to know something, meaning you will know something because you were informed or you were informed in a certain way, either be someone told you, or you have read, or you have learned, or someone told you, you have been informed, and that's why you know. So take note of that notion, minasan. Although the shiru means to know, it means you know something because someone told you, or you have been informed by someone. You've been informed in a specific way, either from another person, or you've read it, or you've learned it. Okay, you've read it or you've heard it. That's why you know. you've been informed. That's why you know. So that's what I want to emphasize at this shiru. And wakaru. Well, wakaru. This kanji right here, it has the component knife. That knife at the below part, the bottom part. That knife means you're able to parse things. That's why you can understand and comprehend things. Okay. So for other vocabulary, please just screenshot them. Uta is song. Uta is song. Michi, road or way. Michi is road, but secondary meaning of michi is the way, your pathway. Your way or pathway. Say you're going home or you're going to a picnic site. Okay, what are the way? What is the way? What is the road? And hai is yes, yeah, one of the few basic things in Japanese. And we all know this kono. Now, this minasan, let's challenge this teiru form not always being equivalent to the progressive tense. So, minasan, there are certain cases, exceptions, there are certain cases where the enduring state of a verb is not necessarily the progressive tense that we have known in English. In fact, there is an ambiguity in whether one is in state of doing an action, just like what we have discussed in lesson 72, versus being in that state that actually resulted from some kind of an action. Okay. This is usually decided by context, minasan. This is very essential, minasan. This is decided by context. You have to discern the context and by common practices or experience for that matter. For example, minasan, kekkon. This term, kekkon shiteiru. Kekkon is a suru verb. Kekkon is a suru type of verb. So kekkon suru is the dictionary form. Kekkon suru is the dictionary form. If suru is the dictionary form, what is the te form? Shite. So what is the te form? Shite. What is the teiru form of suru? Shiteiru. Kekkon shiteiru. So that can technically mean that someone is currently being on a ceremony inside a chapel or church, being currently getting married on a inside a ceremony. Okay, inside a church while in a ceremony of wedding. It is usually used to, but actually minasan, kekkon shiteiru can also mean this. And actually, oftentimes, if not 100% always, oftentimes it can mean kekkon shiteiru means someone who is already married and is currently in that married state. Well, now we will discuss some few common exception verbs with regard to the teiru form that can cause this type of confusion for learners of the Japanese, especially the te form and teiru. Well, minasan, take note, minasan. Kekkon shiteiru. Someone is the correct understanding, minasan, or correct comprehension. Correct understanding is kekkon shiteiru. Someone is already married and is currently in that married state. Well, the wrong interpretation of kekkon shiteiru is someone is currently in a wedding ceremony and getting married. Okay. That's most probably being deemed as wrong. Kekkon shiteiru being deemed as someone is currently in a wedding ceremony and getting married. Okay. And this primer minasan. Now, if that is wrong, how do we say this? How do we say it? Translate in Japanese. Normally, a wedding ceremony is conducted in a church. Normally, a wedding ceremony is conducted in a church. This is the Japanese translation, minasan. Futsuni, generally or normally. Futsuni, 教会で教会で結婚式が結婚式が執り行われて教会で結婚式が執り行われた結婚式が執り行われた普通に教会で結婚式が執り行われた So 執り行われた means being conducted in a passive. This is passive form of verb. 執り行われた means conducted. 普通に教会で結婚式が執り行われた So that means normally a wedding ceremony is conducted in a church. Okay. And this, minasan, let's define shiru. It's a Godan verb, a transitive verb. To be aware of, to be informed about something, and therefore that person knows, so that a person will know. To be conscious of, to be cognizant about something, or to be cognizant about something, or to be cognizant about someone. To cognize or to notice. Secondary meaning, to experience, to go through. You say, Itami wo shiru. You've experienced pain, and now you know pain. Itami wo shiru. Secondary meaning, to experience, to go through. Okay? Now, shiru. Actually, there are only 4 exceptions for this kind of cases, that the teiru form is not actually progressive tense, but actually a state of being. So the first one is kekkon shiteiru. The second one is shiteiru, from the word shiru. Base form or dictionary form, shiru. Okay. Shiru means to know, yeah. It's a Godan verb or U verb, transitive verb. We've already gone through that. Now, let's challenge, because the third exception is wakaru. Shiru versus wakaru. These are both dictionary forms. Wakaru, if shiru means to know because you have been informed, either you've read it or you've learned it, or someone told you, or you've heard from someone. Shiru versus wakaru. Wakaru means you're able to comprehend, you're able to understand, you're able to comprehend, you're able to parse things, thereby giving you the comprehension or the means to understand something. Okay? It may, if you're not careful with this, minasan, you may interchange this. You may have wrongly interchanged these two words here, but they are not actually interchangeable, because shiru means to know because you've been informed, while wakaru means to understand, meaning to grasp something or you're able to comprehend something. However, there is a difference, knowing and understanding. Try not to confuse. Okay, shiteiru means you know something. Wakateiru means you understand. You're in a state of you already understand something, or you've already comprehended, you've already understood something. In other words, you already get it, you already have understood, you already have comprehended it. Okay, if you misuse this, you may sound pompous or unnecessary use of formal words, unnecessary use of words, being lengthy in your words, just to try to make look smart. But actually, we prioritize brevity, so it's not a good practice at all. So if you misuse this, you may sound pompous or trying to look smart by lengthy wordings. Okay. On the other hand, shiteiru means you know something. You know something because you've already been informed. Either you've investigated it, or you've read about it, or someone told you. Simply means you know something, shiteiru, because you've been informed. Okay, you have been informed. Oh, minsan. Okay. Hi. Okay. Well, minasan, let's have here. Uh, there's an alternative form. Oh, sorry. There's an alternative form for wakaru, alternative vocabulary for wakaru, that also means to understand or comprehend. It's rikai suru, rikai suru, rikai suru. It could be a noun and it could be a suru type of verb. Rikai suru. For example, 彼女はその問題の核心をよく理解している。彼女はその問題の核心をよく理解している。彼女はその問題を核心をよく理解している。Okay? 核心 means the core of a matter. Okay? English translation, that girl or that woman understand the core of the problem very well. Okay? So, minasan, let's have some examples here. 今日 or today. 今日知りました。I found out about it today. 今日知りました。I did the action of knowing today. 今日知りました。I found about it today. この歌を知っていますか？ Do you know this song? この歌を知っていますか？ Okay, do you know this song? And 道は分かれますか？道は分かれますか？ Do you know the way? Literally, do you understand the road? 道は分かれますか？ Literally, do you understand the road or do you know the way? Or say, はいはい、分かった分かった。Yes, yes, I got it, I got it. Okay. Now let's have some summary here. Summary, the enduring state of being. Enduring state of being. Our topic today, enduring state of being. So we have 4 words. 結婚している、知る means to know. 結婚する、結婚している means being in state of being married. 結婚する means to marry someone. Summary, generally speaking, these are the 3 verb exceptions or special cases, minasan. These are the 3 special cases, verb exemptions, wherein the verb conjugation in steiru doesn't actually being deemed as the exact equivalent of progressive tense of a verb in English, but rather an enduring state of being. But rather, the conjugation in verb steiru is seen as enduring state of being. So what are these few exceptions? Number 1, 結婚している。結婚している。The base form or dictionary form, 結婚する。Number 2, している。している。Base form or dictionary form, 知る。結婚している means currently in the married state. している means you know something because you've been informed. わかっている means you're able to understand. You're being in that state. You're being in the state of your mind. You're being in the state of being able to understand, being able to comprehend. Okay? So, this is the last leg of our lesson, minasan. Please, for appreciation, I want to show you this, minasan. Okay? A sample wedding ceremony in a church. 教会で結婚式が執り行われています。So, how would you say a wedding ceremony is currently being held in a church? So, this is it. How would you say that? So, you get the progressive tense. 行われています。執り行われています。教会で結婚式が式 means ceremony 式。教会で結婚式が執り行われています。In a church, a wedding ceremony is currently being conducted. Well, our one of the exception verbs with regard to teiru form, 結婚している meaning you're already in that state of being married. the couple or fufu, the couple or fufu, fufu means couple, the couple or fufu is currently being in the state of being married, currently in the state of being married. That is kekonsteru. So remember, kekonsteru is not a progressive tense, it is a state of being married, kekonsteru. Or you could say, sudeni kekonsta, or already have married someone. Sudeni kekonsta, or sudeni kekonsteita. And the caption below means kekonste kachikan ga kawatta koto. Kekonste kachikan ga kawatta koto. So sometimes especially in modern day in Japan, the concept or value, the sense of value of having a married life has experienced some changes. Okay, how about this? Shiteiru. Shiteiru means you know something. Shiteiru means you know something because you've been informed. Either you've made a research, or you made an investigation, or you've read it, or someone told you, someone briefed you, or you've heard from someone. Because you've been informed, that's why you know. Kekonsteiru, an example of state of having been informed, an example of state of having been informed, and therefore you know. Okay, that is steiru. Then another exemption is, this is wakateiru. Wakateiru means able to comprehend. You're in that state of mind, or state of understanding. You're in that state of being able to comprehend or being able to understand. This is an example of state of already understanding things. Specifically, minasan, sorry. Minasan, sorry. Sumimasen. So the right side is the one that understood the things, while the left side obviously somewhat being still confused. Minasan. So we reached the last leg of our lesson, minasan. So let's get back to our main reference. So sorry. 何これ? Okay, so this is summary, minasan. These are the three exceptions, minasan, and we've reached the last point of our lesson for today. And I thank you, minasan, for watching until the end. 今日はここまでです。今日のレッスンはもう終了なんです。最後まで見てくれて本当にありがとうございました。Thank you for watching until the end, 皆さん。チャンネルに本当にいつも YouTube チャンネルに応援してくれてありがとうございました。皆さん。Thank you for supporting my channel, 皆さん。And please help me grow this channel, 皆さん。And 皆さん、thank you for staying with me. 最後までご覧いただき本当に誠にありがとうございました。では皆さん、それではということで終了なんです。また次の動画でお会いしましょう。I'll see you in the next lesson, 皆さん。では皆さん、それでは皆さん、今日のレッスンはもう終了。また次の動画でお会いしましょう。I'll see you in the next lesson, 皆さん。Thank you for watching. ありがとう。バイバーイ。